Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our shows tonight, an ongoing investigation in Palmetto after a man was shot following an alleged road rage incident. 21-year-old Chance Hughes was driving down 3rd Avenue East around 5 o'clock on Friday evening when a red Nissan Versa began to follow closely from behind. Hughes pulled over and the car behind him stopped at the intersection of 3rd and 25th Street. The victim approached the suspect's car when his friend says he heard a pop before Hughes fell to the ground. He was transported to Blake Memorial Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries to the stomach and hand. That suspect, described as skinny and wearing glasses, fled the scene and is still at large. And just hours later, sheriff's deputies responding to 2 different armed robberies and robbery attempts elsewhere in Manatee County. Near the Walmart in Palmetto, a 53-year-old man was held at gunpoint just after 10 p.m. Orlando Velasquez Rodriguez was approached by what appeared to be 2 black teenagers, one pointing a gray pistol to the victim's head and demanding money. But both suspects fled that scene with nothing after all 3 heard a noise nearby. They are both described as skinny. One is around 5'7" and the other about 5'3". Less than an hour later, in the 1800 block of Cortez Road, a 58-year-old man was attacked by 3 Hispanic males in their late teens or early 20s. The victim was sitting at a bus stop going through his wallet when he was sucker punched multiple times by these suspects, his attackers stealing his wallet and fleeing westbound on foot. Anyone with information on these crimes is asked to contact Manatee County Crime Stoppers. And now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on today's weather. And Wendy, how was it out there today?
Hot. It was very hot. And it still is, by the way. It's 87 degrees out there. We're looking at dew point and humidity levels that are high, and those winds are coming in out of the west. And the reason it is so hot out there is because we haven't had a whole lot in the way of rainfall to cool us off, so we haven't had a lot of cloud cover either. In fact, right now we're looking at partly cloudy skies, but as the night wears on, we're going to continue to see some of these clouds coming back into the picture. We'll still see our temperatures, though, staying into the 80s all the way through 9 o'clock, and by 11 o'clock, maybe 78 degrees. A couple of pop-up rains now beginning to show up on radar. Most of that activity is moving on towards the northwest, so just keep that in mind. You will need an umbrella as you're heading out the door tonight. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. A deadly fire in a Hawaii high-rise has investigators searching for answers. It comes just weeks after the Grenfell Tower inferno in London. Today, big questions about what started this fire in Honolulu and why there were no sprinklers. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest from Los Angeles.
Witnesses call it a scene like out of a horror movie. Thick black smoke and bright orange flames pouring out of a Hawaii high-rise.
Wow, you guys, this is crazy. You can hear the glass breaking. The flames are huge.
The fire starting on the 26th floor of the Marco Polo building in Honolulu Friday.
Windows are being broken, glass is flying all over.
So I just stuck my head out the window and I could see the fire right above us on the unit next to us.
Fire crews and police evacuating parts of the building.
The stairwell was so full of smoke, you couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Even the fireman got down on his hands and knees and was huffing and puffing.
Other residents told to shelter in place. Those standing outside watching in shock as their homes burned.
And it was horrendous, horrendous.
As the smoke cleared, authorities confirmed at least 3 people were killed, a dozen more injured.
And this is really sad. I heard 3 women's voices screaming, pleading, moaning, please help me, please. Continuous screaming for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I didn't hear anymore.
This a month after this horrifying high-rise inferno in London that left about 80 people dead. In that case, investigators blame flammable panels on the building exterior. In Honolulu, the cause is still under investigation, but officials say the building did not have sprinklers, which likely would have kept the fire from spreading.
Any building that was built prior to 1971 did not have a sprinkler system. It was a high-rise. It was not mandated under our building code.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And Honolulu's mayor says this fire will put more focus on recent efforts to force older buildings to be retrofitted with sprinkler systems. At least 3 full floors of the building have been completely closed off, leaving more than 50 people looking for somewhere else to stay. In other news, chaos for brides across the country this weekend as they learn they may not be getting their wedding dress. Wedding planning is already stressful enough, but one major bridal retailer shutting down its stores is leaving brides without a gown ahead of their big day. ABC 7's Erica Jackson shows us how local brides are handling the situation.
Some local brides may soon find themselves here in downtown Sarasota to find their perfect dress because one retailer has closed its doors for good. Bridal retailer Alfred Angelo announced it filed for bankruptcy on Thursday. The company has more than 60 retail stores, with the closest in Fort Myers and Tampa. Their dresses are also sold at more than 1,400 wholesale stores worldwide. Some brides were lucky enough to get their dresses they already paid for, but many will have to start from square one to find their perfect gown again. We spoke to 2 local brides today. One will have her happy ending, but another is still hoping for a miracle.
I'm not hopeful to get the dress. Definitely not, because it's, I ordered it last month and it was in the process of being made. So, I'm not optimistic about that.
I was freaking out. I called my mother and I was like, what are we gonna do? I can't get a hold of the corporate office. I can't get a hold of the Fort Myers place. And then today, this showed up on the front doorstep and my mom called me and was like, I cannot believe it's actually here.
Any bride or bridesmaid that purchased a dress from an Alfred Angelo retail store and did not receive it can take their original receipt to any David's Bridal location to receive a discount on their new dress. Reporting in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson at ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. A Manatee County corrections officer has lost his job and may face criminal charges after this physical altercation with an inmate. Surveillance video showing Deputy Paul Wagner lifting an inmate, spinning him around and forcing him to the floor face first. According to the incident report, an inmate was found with a cache of oranges, which is considered contraband. The inmate confronted another deputy, leading to the altercation. The inmate suffered a broken nose and teeth. Here's what some locals had to say about the incident after watching this footage.
My initial reaction is not surprise, but it is one that says, here we go again.
The guy's up against the wall and there's 3 other officers there. So I think that's uncalled for.
Why slam somebody? We didn't see anything prior to him all of a sudden slamming this guy to the floor. I mean, there's got to be another way.
A career service board will hear Wagner's appeal for his termination at the end of the month. The state attorney's office will decide if criminal charges should be filed against the former deputy. On a positive note, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office helping host a community event in a part of the county constantly torn apart by violent crimes. A free barbecue was held in Pride Park on 63rd Avenue East in Bradenton this afternoon. Several groups joining residents and law enforcement, including No Longer Silent, an addiction awareness organization who spread information today about local rehab and recovery homes.
We have definitely built some trust in the community. We're getting more information from people that live in this area when they have a crime that is being committed, and they in the past may have not told us about what's going on, but now they're sharing information with us. And it's a big help because law enforcement and the community have to be together when we're fighting crime. That's how it works. It works best when we are both on the same page.
The Pride Park neighborhood has been the target of several fatal shootings, including 2 on New Year's Day just a little over a year ago. In Northport, law enforcement looking to keep positive relationships with local residents as well. Coffee with a Cop taking place today at Dunkin' Donuts. In between the Boston creams and coffee, officers and locals discussed important issues in Northport and policing.
I think it's very important to have that community-police relationship. We cannot do our job without the community. As far as we're concerned, when it comes about community policing, they are part of our department, the police department, and we are part of the community.
They really, truly lay their life on the line every single day. So, and that's why we came out, just to show them support.
The Sarasota Police Department is also looking to enhance its relationships within the community. In between its regular Coffee with a Cop sessions, it's hosting a Tweet from the Beat on its Twitter handle this Thursday at 5:30. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, the latest on a sinkhole swallowing homes just north of us in Pasco County, and a massive food recall across the country after bones were found inside several meat products. That and more when we return.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help. I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. We now turn to the almost surreal scene just north of the Suncoast, a growing sinkhole swallowing 2 homes, and now other homes are in jeopardy in Pasco County. Those 2 homes are completely gone and no one knows what's going to happen next. ABC's Victor Oquendo is in Land O'Lakes with more.
Breathtaking video capturing the frightening moments as this Florida home collapses into a sinkhole.
It was really scary. The noises are incredible that you hear, like crashing and booming, just to see like the devastation happening. It's unreal.
And another home sinking. Listen to the walls cracking to the ground. The sinkhole expanding across the street to about 225 feet wide and 50 feet deep, engulfing 2 homes outside Tampa.
There's a sinkhole right next to our neighbor's house, and it's literally eating the house like completely.
9 neighborhood families evacuated, 1 family getting out moments before the ground gave way.
It was so emotional. I started crying and everything. But we got the dogs out and we couldn't save anything else.
Families grabbing what they could as the earth crumbles.
Right now, we're all on that eggshell feeling. We're all wondering what's going to happen next. We can't control this. All I can say is keep praying. There's a lot of people that are anxious right now.
Officials kept a close watch overnight. They say that this sinkhole has not moved in the last 14 hours. As for those families who evacuated, they might not be able to get back into their homes until late next week. Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Land O'Lakes, Florida.
The sinkhole impacted 11 homes, including the 2 that were destroyed. The other 9 homes have been tagged unsafe for entry. In other news, O.J. Simpson will be returning to court this week to face a parole board. Simpson was arrested in 2007 during a botched robbery in Las Vegas. He was charged with a number of felony counts and is now serving his time at a correctional facility in Nevada. If Simpson is granted parole on Thursday, he would be released in October. If not, commissioners will decide the date of the next parole board meeting, which could be up to 5 years away. You might want to double check your fridge. More than 7 million pounds of beef and pork hot dogs, sausages, and salami made by Sabrett are being recalled over bone pieces. According to the USDA's Food Safety Inspection Service, several customers reported pieces of bone and cartilage in the products. One customer even reported a mouth injury. The recall by Marathon Enterprises, including hot dogs and salami, sold to restaurants and other food services under the Sabrett, Nathan's Private Label, and Cat's Delicatessen labels. The products have a use-by or sell-by dates between June 19th and October 6th. The company does serve restaurants and stores here in Florida, so watch out. Careful eating those hot dogs. We can always go to a ballpark and eat a hot dog, and I used to play summer ball down here in Florida, and we would dread these months because it's so darn hot out.
It is extremely hot, and when you don't have rain around, now you see how hot it gets when you don't have any of those showers. So those showers really do help and cool us off just a little bit, create a little more steamy conditions out there too, but that really would have helped us a great deal today because we saw very, very hot temperatures, and you can see there isn't that much in the way of showers or cloud cover. If you go east, you're going to see it, but looking out towards the west right now, we're not seeing a whole lot. Early this morning, we had some showers and thunderstorms located offshore, but they stayed offshore. The rains that we're getting right now are just now beginning to pop up. But these are the heat index temperatures right now. That's that heat and humidity combination, and you can see that we're seeing a lot of upper 90s and mid 90s at this hour. Today we got up to a high of 91 degrees. Our overnight low was in the mid 70s, and normally for this time of the year we're 75 and 90 degrees, so it's not a far cry from normal. And you can see what our extremes were back in 1984 and 1995. We had a high of 97. And again, the heat index for us right now, this is what we're looking at as far as what it feels like across our area. 100 in Parrish. If you're in Bradenton, Sarasota, and Venice, you're in the mid to upper 90s. That's what it feels like. This is true also around Longboat Key and Siesta Key. In fact, there are not too many places you can go to feel cool right about now, unless you get into an air-conditioned space or maybe into your pool. That's about it. 87 degrees is the actual temperature. We're seeing plenty of sunshine out there. Dew point and humidity levels are high. Those winds coming in out of the west at around 10 miles per hour. And of course, we have been seeing no rain throughout the day, but during the latter part of the afternoon and into the evening hours, our greatest rain showers are now spread across parts of Charlotte County, mostly now beginning to move towards the west of I-75, with a couple of showers still making their way to the west. Lesser, lighter showers taking place around Manatee and Sarasota counties as well. And so all of this is continuing to march on off towards the coast, and we're not looking at a whole lot of heavy rain showers taking place at this time. And keep a look at this. From 7 o'clock all the way through the overnight time period, we're only calling for a 10% chance of showers. So if you have outdoor plans, take advantage of them because you really aren't going to have too much of a problem once these showers move through. Part of the reason for this is that we've got this dry air aloft, which has really helped to suppress the rains that we've been seeing today. It's been moving in from the east, and it's been spreading across our viewing area, and that's why things have been quieter for us. Now, we do have, of course, over the next several days, the opportunity for rain to come back into our forecast, but throughout the morning hours, once again, we'll see these showers out here in the Gulf. They're going to sort of slide around, and then we've got rain developing beginning at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and of course that will continue through the evening hours once again tomorrow. But things will still be a little bit quieter than they have been over the past couple of days. So what we're looking at over the 7-day period is a 30% chance of rain for tomorrow, but then we slowly up those chances up to a 50% chance for the most part of next week. Adam?
Now, sports.
It's been a long and dramatic journey for 37-year-old Venus Williams to the last round of Wimbledon after a tragic car accident back here in the States. Williams has shed blood and tears to reach Saturday's final against Spain's Garbine Muguruza. Venus putting together a very competitive first set against the young Spanish player, but in the end, Muguruza turned it around to win the first set 7-5, and she would not look back. 2 years ago, the Spanish player lost to Serena Williams in her first Grand Slam final, and today she beats older sister Venus in straight sets to claim her first ever Wimbledon title. Here was Williams after that loss.
She played really well. I mean, she played top tennis, so I have to give her credit for just playing a better match, and I've had a great 2 weeks, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the summer.
Venus Williams is now 7-9 in her Grand Slam finals. The All-Star break hasn't cooled off the Rays, who picked up their first win of the second half of the season last night in Los Angeles. Evan Longoria getting it done early for the Rays with a solo home run, which was his 13th of the season. And then it was Brad Miller, who's been nothing but clutch, coming back from the disabled list just last weekend, delivering that go-ahead RBI in the 10th inning. Alex Colomé picks up his 26th save of the season. And now tonight, Alex Cobb will take the mound and try to keep this Tampa Bay train rolling out on the West Coast. First pitch will be a little after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sarasota's YMCA Sharks swim team hosting the 2017 Florida Long Course Age Group Championships, or FLAGs for short. It's a tournament. A little under 1,000 of the state's best swimmers from 50 different clubs around the state are competing at the Potter Park YMCA, the tournament featuring ages 10 to 14 right here in our area.
It's just a good feeling when you're racing against your teammates because you put in so much work at practice, you train with them every day, and you push each other in races.
The meet started earlier this week on Thursday and will be ending tomorrow afternoon around 3 o'clock. Some amateur golfers were acting like pros out at the Legacy Golf Club in Lakewood Ranch on Saturday. The tournament, titled the Bratish Open, a spoof on the British Open, was sponsored by the Mediocre Golfers Association. Some players even donning those traditional kilts for the competitive golf league's big day. Organizers say it's about having fun in a sport that can normally be pretty unforgiving.
Can come out, we get a nice discounted rate at some of these courses because there's so many of us, and we just have a good time with it. We make it approachable, we make it so that everybody can come out and feel like they can compete.
MGA is a national organization, and the Tampa chapter hosts about 8 different tournaments every month. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins.
To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today.
If you ever dreamed of becoming an astronaut but didn't quite make it, you can still take one small step towards the moon. Sotheby's is auctioning off a bag that Neil Armstrong used to collect moon samples as he strode through the Sea of Tranquility back in 1969. NASA says the bag still contains some remnants of lunar dust. It is expected, though, to sell between $2 and $4 million. The current owner, who bought it at an auction seized by the U.S. Marshals, had no idea what it was until NASA confirmed it. It might be cheaper to just get a rocket to the moon. The morning commute can be a drag sometimes, but once a year in Boulder, Colorado, people take inner tubes to their 9-to-5s. For the 10th year, hundreds taking part in the Tube to Work Day, braving those cold waters in the Boulder Creek in either wetsuits or costumes. Organizers require helmets and closed-toed shoes, but the event is free, although participants
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
For the last 18 years, Samantha's Friends has been assisting people along the Suncoast who have been challenged by catastrophic illnesses or affected by autism obtain a service canine. We need your help. Please show your support by attending our annual Celebrity Gala brunch and fundraiser. Call Sammy Lee at 941-448-8558 for more information.